Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praise, glory, and honor due to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Rabachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that taught me the truth, and much love, greetings, and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the 04 elect. I just wanted to do a video in response to this national emergency that was declared earlier, by DJ Donald Trump, Mr. DJ Trump. Um, Basically, he came out and he finally declared which he was going to do this anyway because he knew that there was going to be no deal reached and those Democrats was not going to give up 5.7 billion dollars to build this wall. And we know, I mean, what they're trying to project out there in the media, through this, political theatrics that you see happening is the narrative for building this wall to keep out these so-called illegal immigrants because they're potential terrorists. All right, that they're bringing drugs and crime into the United States as if they're responsible for the opioid crisis that America is suffering, the suicide rates, are people dying at alarming rates of cancer and diabetes and all these different diseases and illnesses because of the food that the corporations of this country are producing. All right, they want to shift all the blame on the Hispanics, which that's just the devil. All right, showing his indignation against the tribes because he has a natural perpetual hatred for you Israelites, you so-called Hispanics, you Native Americans, all right, and you so-called Negroes. Okay, so he's gonna use this narrative as if they're the ones that's causing all the chaos or all throughout the country, as if it ain't their own people that's committing all these mass shootings and terrorism. All right, just today you had a so-called mass shooting in Illinois. All right, I wonder, was all this orchestrated? Because I mean, coincidentally, there happened to be a mass shooting on the day that the president of the United States declares a national state of emergency. All right. Now, when you look into certain things, all right, and tie it together, you'll see that these devils, all right, they pretty much are operating with an agenda. All right, as it is written in 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get the advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. Um, the shooting took place in Aurora, Illinois. Now, the word Aurora, it actually means dawn. All right, it's supposed to go back to a goddess, or a Roman goddess, Aurora, which means goddess of dawn. All right. Now, during an aurora, there could either be two colors. It either shines forth as a bright yellowish green color or a red color. All right. And back in 1984, there was a movie that came out called Red Dawn. Okay. And basically, in that movie, the United States was suffering an invasion by the Soviets. All right. And the fact that it came out in 84 and then this shooting happens in Aurora, Illinois, and we know that it was a so-called mass shooting that happened back in 2012 in Colorado. And when you look up that word Colorado, it actually means reddish or ruddy, red dawn. So this all plays into their agenda, man. The left hand. Okay, there's a message being put out there with these orchestrated events. All right, so they're using the narrative of invasion, of a possible invasion through the Mexican U.S. border, but they're trying to shift. They're trying to use the so-called Central Americans as the face of terrorism. And I remember in one of his speeches when he was addressing the caravans a few months ago, he made a bizarre statement saying that ISIS is among that caravan, that there's some type of Al Qaeda or some type of terrorist group that's coming in through that caravan. So that was he was hyping that up as a reason to hurry up and start try to build this wall to keep them out. But that's all BS. Okay, so he wants to focus everything on them. All right, while being a damn hypocrite. All right. Now he didn't come out and mention that you had U.S. military who were found guilty of pushing uh, 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 um, uh, millions of dollars worth of cocaine. All right, to the through the ports. He ain't talk about that. Your U.S. military. That wasn't even a month ago, man. And then you just recently had them. They had busted a ship port of 1.7 tons of crystal meth. Okay, and they had millions of dollars of worth of cocaine as well that they were going to have shipped over to Australia. And 6 people got arrested, but they never showed the faces of these people. I wonder why. Are you going to blame that on the so-called illegals? These people, these men, women, and children that are trying to escape in impoverished conditions, seeking asylum. How could those people that don't have shit, that's trying to seek to another place for asylum, for help, how are they causing all this terrorism and all this drug abuse? Okay, all this mayhem, all this poverty. How are they the cause of all that, man? Okay, all these mass shootings and terrorism that's going on is by the hand of you so-called white people, you red Hebrew Edomites. Okay, so I just want to say that. And a matter of fact, let me get this scripture. I kind of vented for a while, but let me get this scripture, man. We ain't ignorant to what you devils got going, man. We all know what this is all about. All right, this is Revelation 12 and 12. And they got to hurry up, man, because they know the time is ticking. The prophets are out there on the highways and hedges. All right, prophesying his man down, his kingdom down. So he has to hurry up. All right, America is going bankrupt. All these different companies, all right, are all going bankrupt. They're closing down. A lot of workers are losing their jobs. Okay, and thus you have the suicide rate going up, mass drug overdoses, drug abuse. It's going down, man. A lot of poverty, people living from paycheck to paycheck. So this devil, he basically feels that there's going to be sedition. There's going to be a uproar, a outcry, because it's happening all over the world. It just hasn't really been on a full scale level here in America yet. But that's what they're anticipating. That's why they're doing all these military drills, throughout the country. That's what that was about in the LA, because they're getting ready for this. All right, it was soon to come, man. We was all anticipating this. We knew that this would come. All right, this Revelation 12 and 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he know that he have but a short time." Okay, and his time is ticking, man. All right, this devil, he doesn't have a lot of time left to rule. His kingdom, his society is crumbling. So he has to act fast. Okay. So this is that same beast, that red dragon, man. The red Hebrew Edomite. All right. So they're using this puppet, DJ Trump, to implement their dirty game. All right. So basically, what they're going to do is use this as a means to bring forth drastic measures. All right. This is their plan of action, which when they're able to declare a national emergency, they're able to bring forth executive power. They could use executive powers to basically transport all your rights, all right, and all your freedoms into the hands of the state. All right. And basically it brings forth that fascist totalitarian government. Okay, and that's pretty much when they do this, they already have this plan mapped out, man. And matter of fact, what I want to do is I want to play just a snippet, of what Donald Trump said, and then we're gonna go into what you call the Rex 84, all right, better known as the Readiness Exercise Act or Plan, all right, which this was conducted in 1984. And like I mentioned, going back to that movie Red Dawn, or which was about an invasion that came out in 1984, man. All right, so let me play this real quick.
Be signing a national emergency, and it's been signed many times before. It's been signed by other presidents. From 1977 or so, it gave the presidents the power. There's rarely been a problem. They sign it. Nobody cares. I guess they weren't very exciting, but nobody cares. They sign it for far less important things in some cases, in many cases. We're talking about an invasion of our country with drugs, with human traffickers, with all types of criminals and gangs.
Now, before
See what I'm saying? And that's the narrative he's gonna use. Which this devil, he's good at being. He's in accuser mode. We gotta point the finger at those so-called illegals. Okay, we gotta point them out. They're the people that's responsible for why America is falling, why America is going down right now. All right, let's shift the blame why America is going down on those Native Americans, those indigenous people of Central and South America. Mind you, he's still they're still planning on conducting a military invasion or intervention on Venezuela. All right. So he's pretty much projecting right now because the biggest human traffickers are you red Hebrew Edomites. Okay, you're the ones that's you're snatching up little Jake children, and you're sacrificing them. You're taking their organs. You're putting them into sex trafficking rings. You're known to do that. Okay, your Catholic Church, your Southern Baptist Church, they're abducting children and molesting them. Okay, so but he ain't gonna worry about those that are within his own country. He ain't gonna single out his own people. You got to focus the blame on the tribes, and that's why going back to this chapter, Revelation 12, it talks about how the dragon is wroth with the woman, man. Okay, that anger, that perpetual hatred, and that anger is being stirred up in Esau again to come after you tribes, and you so-called Native Americans and you so-called Hispanics. Y'all, that's why y'all need to get your head out the so-called white man's ass, man. All right. He doesn't give two shits about y'all, man. Okay? He don't care. He don't even give a damn if you're wearing a MAGA hat. And a lot of you sellouts that were born here, or you look at the ones that's not born here like y'all ain't shit. You know. So when Jacob's trouble begin, the Most High gonna make sure you put the spirit on Esau to come after y'all ass too. It's gonna be a great slaughter too, man. All right. But anyway, I want to go into the Rex 84 because under a national emergency, this is the plan of action that they can implement. All right. Now this is from globalresearch.ca. All right, it says Rex 84, FEMA's blueprint for martial law in America, and this is pretty much the pretext to martial law being declared here in America, man. And there's different executive orders that can be executed. All right, we're going back to the Clinton administration, to the Bush administration, to the Obama administration. All right, the most well-known one was under the Obama administration and the National Defense Authorization Act, man, where they can actually start locking people up and detaining you in these detention centers. All right, they can put you in these internment camps, man. under these executive powers, especially the NDAA, man. Obama signed that right up under y'all nose while y'all was loving that damn Hamite, man. Okay, under that act, they can lock you up indefinitely without trial, as long as they want. If they feel that you're an enemy combatant, you're an enemy of the state. All right, if you're considered a threat to national security, man, that means if you're a part of any type of group that have a radical theme to it, man. Okay, whether you militant, whether you for gun rights, whatever you call yourself, man. All right, any form of so-called extremism. All right, they can declare you to be a threat to national security, man. So you'll be a targeted. You'll be one of those targets. All right. So hey, all you so-called Hispanic gangs, you Norteños, your Serinos, or all you tatted up demonic ass MS-13s and 18th Streets and all these Latin gangs, he gonna be on your head now. Okay. But hey, but that goes for you so-called Negroes too. You Jakes of the Southern Kingdom. Esau is gonna come after y'all niggas too, man. And it's gonna be an all-out war. It's gonna be a race war, civil war. All that is coming. That's the reason why they trying to bring all this chaos, so they can bring order out of that chaos. That way they can regulate you through these executive orders, man. Take away your rights, man. Strip the Constitution, your constitutional rights. All right. So let's get into it. It says this incisive article on the repeal of civil liberties, first published by Global Research in August 2006, brings to forefront of debate the ongoing roadmap towards police state in America. It is particular significance with regard to the nomination of William Barr to the position of Attorney General. We are dangerously close to a situation where if the American people took to the streets in righteous indignation, or if there were another 9/11, basically a attack, all right, being done, all right, on that caliber of attack, all right, on that scale, 9/11, a mechanism for martial law could be quickly implemented and carried out under Rex 84. The Cheney-Bush administration has a plan which would accommodate the detention of large numbers of American citizens during times of an emergency. All right. And Trump, with him doing this, he can go after you so-called Hispanic tribes, man. Whether you call yourself a so-called Mexican, all right, you Central American, Al Salvadorian, okay, a Panamanian, you from Guatemala, you Venezuelan, okay. He doesn't care, man. They're gonna try to pack a lot of y'all in those detention centers, man. They was already doing that when ICE was coming after them, and they was separating their children and putting them in Walmart detention centers. You know, that's what they were doing, man. They were imprisoning those children. Okay, and who knows what type of abuse that they were suffering? Because these devils, they hate you, you tribes, man. All right. So continuing on, it says the plan is called Rex 84, short for Readiness Exercise 1984. Through Rex 84, an undisclosed number of concentration camps were set in operation throughout the United States for internment of dissidents and others potentially harmful to the state. All right, and Trump is pretty much making it known, oh, you dumb illegals are those that are harmful to the state. That's why we need border security. But since we don't got the money to fund this wall, well, I'm gonna just declare the state of emergency. This is all for your safety. This is all for your security. Talking about you dumbass gullible Americans, man. All right, a lot of these dumbass patriots. You think that he's doing you a service, but really he's blocking you in, and he's gonna basically bring forth dictatorship. All right, this is what the elites want, man. And then them doing those gun grabs to disarm you, so that there be no resistance. because hey, this government, this economy is getting ready to crash hard, man. And a lot of people about to wild the fuck out. Okay, people about to wild out, so they got to be prepared for this. All right. So it says the Rex 84 program was originally established on the reasoning that if a mass exodus of illegal aliens crossed the Mexican-U.S. border, they would be quickly rounded up and detained in detention centers by FEMA. Okay? Existence of the Rex 84 plan was revealed during the Iran-Contra hearings in 1987 and subsequently reported by the Miami Herald on July 5th, 1987. These camps are to be operated by FEMA should martial law need to be implemented in the United States, and all it would take is a presidential signature on a proclamation and the attorney general's signature on a warrant to which a list of names is attached. And there you have it. The real purpose of FEMA is to not only protect the government, but to be its principal vehicle for martial law. This is why FEMA could not respond immediately to Hurricane Katrina disaster. Humanitarian efforts were no longer part of its job description under the Department of Homeland Security. All right, so basically it's just another militarized agency, all right, to do the bidding of the elites. Okay, so under this plan of action, they can enforce these executive powers, man. Where they could take away your rights, they can lock you away, they could treat you like a criminal and interrogate you. Okay, so that's what's going on right now, man. All right, now um, I wanted to go to this site real quick. All right, this is from the RoyalAwakening.com, and this was dealing with the King Alfred plan, which they say this was a made up document, but really when you read into it, it's no different than Rex 84, but except this actually focuses more on the minorities that would be targeted during this implementation, man. Okay, so let me jump down real quick, all right, because this site, posted some of the information on it. It says, let me go down. All right, it says, round up the minority and the minority supporters. And we all know who they declare as minorities, the so-called blacks and Hispanics, the Native Americans, man. Okay, the people of color here that are they're middle to poor class. Okay, but even though we're the majority, we're as the sand of the sea, and Jake is multiplying. We on the come up right now, man. But they're still going to consider us a minority. All right. But this is talking about the you tribes. It says Rex 84, short for Readiness Exercise 1984, was established under the pretext of a mass exodus of illegal. I basically read this from this site, right? Um, it says during the Iran Contra hearings in 1987, however, it was revealed that the program was a secretive scenario and drill developed by the federal government to suspend the Constitution, declare martial law, and assign military commanders to take over state and local governments. Totalitarianism, all right? And detain large numbers of American citizens determined by the government to be national security threats. The large number of American citizens detained are identified in a subsequent memo entitled the King Alfred Plan, later named Rex 84. So it was originally called the King Alfred Plan, all right? Now you jump down, it says, this is the outline of the memo. It says King Alfred Plan. In the event of widespread and continuing coordinated racial disturbances in the United States, King Alfred, at the discretion of the president, is to be put into action immediately. Participating federal agencies, the National Security Council, the DOJ, Department of Justice, Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, Department of Defense, Federal Bureau of Investigation, Department of Interior. All right. Uh, this the memo of the National Security Council says even before 1954, when the Supreme Court of the United States of America declared unconstitutional separate educational or recreational facilities, racial unrest and discord had become very nearly a part of the American way of life. but the way of life was repugnant to most Americans. Since 1954, however, that unrest and discord have broken into widespread violence, which increasingly have placed the peace and stability of the nation in dire jeopardy. All right, so basically going into the ability for these American people that are oppressed, all right, and dealing with a hardship, they're going to vent their frustration out in violence, going out there, taking it out to the streets. Basically, what you've seen happening in Haiti and out there in Paris and uh, 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 Madrid and all these different countries all over the world, Venezuela. When that comes here, they're going to implement these acts, man. Okay, it says this violence has resulted in loss of life, limb, and property, and has cost the taxpayers of this nation billions of dollars. And the end is not yet in sight. This same violence has raised the tremendously grave question as to whether the races can ever live in peace with each other. Hell no, especially not with the so-called wicked ruling. There'll never be peace. It tells you in Proverbs 29:2, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Okay? Hey, that sword was given to you red Hebrew Edomites, all right, to wage war on the planet. All right, and that you should what? Take peace from the earth. So there will never, as long as you devils are in power, there'll never be in peace. There'll never be peace, man. Okay? There'll never be peace until we get a peace. All right? It says each passing month has brought new intelligence that despite new laws passed to alleviate the condition of the minority still is not satisfied. Demonstrations and rioting have become a part of the familiar scene. Of course, when they're constantly being shot down in the streets, all right, and justice isn't being served. Those very few officers will actually get judgment. Where they get indicted and they get charged or whatever for their crime and they get locked up or whatever. But a lot of times them devils get acquitted. Okay, that's the normal thing, man. And Jake is getting tired of that shit. So of course they go out there and they protest, and then so it turns into rioting at times, man. Okay, so um, let me jump down real quick because ultimately the threat is going to be all those that's basically standing up against this new world order system, this government. All right, especially the Hebrew Israelites, man. All right, if you an Israelite, then you're part of the issue that they're gonna try to come after you. All right. Matter of fact, let me get Revelation 2 real quick, 2 and 10. All right, and that's the reason why they got those camps because they're gonna cart off a lot of us into these FEMA camps, man, these prisons. This is Revelation 2 and 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. But be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." All right. So and that goes for us, for the men of the Lord, man. When we have to suffer this. But a lot of our people, they're gonna get caught up in this, man. And hey, the Most High is gonna judge them, man. Such as for the captivity unto the captivity, man. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of death out here, man. Uh, Disease, famine, murder. All right, all type of things are gonna be going on. Okay, but I'm focusing on this. It says, lock them up indefinitely and terminate once and for all the minority threat. Okay, under King Alfred, the nation has been divided into 10 regions. In case of emergency, minority members will be evacuated from the cities by federalized National Guard units, local police, state police, and if necessary by units of the regular armed forces using public and military transportation and detained in nearby military installations until a further course of action has been decided. And that's the reason why throughout these years, you've been seeing a lot of mass transportation of military vehicles all throughout the country, man. Okay, on your highways, on your freeways, okay? All these military vehicles, man, okay? The cattle trucks, the those MRAPs, okay, all type of different armored vehicles that they're gonna be using, or that has crowd control weapons on them. They're gonna implement and they're gonna use those, man. Anybody that try to put up a resistance, man, they're gonna use it on you, okay? And it's gonna be bloody, man, because Americans are the most armed. This country, we're the most armed citizens out of all nations, man. Okay, so it's gonna be blood everywhere, man. Esau, they're gonna be fighting. It's gonna be Edomites fighting against their own government, man. These patriots, okay, they're gonna be shooting it out with the government. But then also, when the Most High turn up Esau's anger against Jacob, they're gonna be actually coming after you tribes too, and it's gonna be a race war. And you Jakes, you militant Jakes, y'all gonna be fighting with Esau, shooting it out, killing each other. Okay, it's gonna get crazy out here, man. This is what the government, this is what they're anticipating, man, and this is what the elites ultimately want, so they can bring forth their new world order. That's what this is all about at the end of the day, and to start microchipping the people. When things get out of hand, now we can have better surveillance and control. Let's start microchipping everybody. All right. And a lot of people that get carted off into those detention centers, that's where you're gonna be faced with that decision. That's going to be your way out. If you we need to know more about you. Everything is you know, for basically for security reasons, we need to microchip everyone. We need to have control over your buying and your selling, whatever it is that you're doing, your activities. All right, just for safety reasons. That's how they're gonna do it, man. And a lot of people that's gonna be desperate to get out of those prisons, them internment camps, they're gonna stick their hand out real quick. Okay, so that brings me to let me get this in the Apocrypha real quick. Second Ezra 16. All right, yeah, Second Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 68. And it reads, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." All right, so you're gonna be where are you gonna be idle? In a FEMA detention center, man. Okay, wherever they can have you stationed, that they're gonna have you there idle. And what are they gonna offer you? They're gonna offer you the chip, man. Okay, that's gonna be the solution. If you ain't a terrorist, take this chip. It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." All right, so basically, that's when this devil, he's pretty much, you didn't bow down, you didn't subdue yourself to the beast. All right, it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection." All right, are rising up against upon those that fear the Lord, and that's why, going to that Project Megiddo list, they have us listed as the Black Hebrew Israelites on it. And we can't forget about the demonization that just begun the past month. Okay, we plastered all over mainstream news and on social media as negative men, when all we're doing is preaching the gospel, man. But yeah, we testifying against the so-called white man because the Bible prophesies against him. That's why we're considered a threat, and that's why they're going to try to come for us soon. Okay. So it's going to be an insurrection against us. It says they shall be like mad men, sparing none. Okay? They going to have a cold-hearted spirit, man, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste away and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So they're going to come and bust down doors. When they declare martial law, and they Trump run down those that are considered terrorists. All right, and they have those little, warrants out for these particular people. They're gonna come for you, man. Those military drills are happening in these inner cities, man. They're trained for urban warfare, so they're coming into the cities to come down on you tribes, man. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. And when this actually goes down, this is this is what you're gonna know that we're in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, it says, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire." And we are gonna be tested in this moment. Okay, let's go to Jeremiah. All right, 30 and 7. Okay, and this is going to be a test for the elect, and they're going to basically make it through it, and they're going to put on those white robes because they're going to come out of tribulation pure and purified and tried and made white. And then the rest of our people, they're going to be judged. This is going to be judgment upon the 2/3, man. And those of you that escape that, if you're not of elect, man, you're going to be here because you're going to probably more than likely take the chip, and you just going to die in a nuclear destruction, man. This is Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Who? The remnant, the elect, that are going to be saved out of it, man. Let's get Zechariah 13 and 8 through 9. All right, this is Zechariah 13, 8 and 9. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, two parts thereof shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." That's the 1/3. "And I will bring the third part through the fire." All right, during this time, that's going to be the elect going through that fire, man. And you're going to have the majority of them that's going to make it out alive, all right, unharmed. And you're going to have those that's going to be martyrs, which they're going to die for having to witness, all right, the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man, for standing stiffly and boldly for Yahweh Shai, man, preaching his word. It says, "And will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power." All right, and that's when the Lord's going to come down and deliver us, man. Because we got to remember, when they do roll up on us, the Lord said He's going to basically bring a divine intervention on the ass, man. Isaiah 59 and 19. And this goes for basically Esau's forces. Are they going to try to come in like a flood, man? They're going to come in like a flood against us, just like the Roman armies when they came on Jerusalem during the besiege, are going from 66 A.D. to 70 A.D. It says Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and His glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him." All right, and that's when the Lord's going to intervene. It tells you how Michael the archangel is going to have to stand for the people, because these troops, they're going to come armed and dangerous and cold-hearted. They ain't going to give a damn, because I mean, Esau himself, he already has a natural hatred for you. Okay, we already see what's going on all throughout this country, so it won't be anything for these devils to start just plucking niggas and Hispanics off, man. So we're going to need divine intervention, all right, from the heavens to get through this, man. All right, and that's gonna come. So that's why we ought to have faith and use these scriptures, for comfort, for when these things actually happen and come to pass. You know, we'll be comforted, man, because knowledge and wisdom is gonna be our stability in that time, man. All right, so now is the time for you so-called you men out there that are learning, man. Hey, get serious. You need to be praying, okay? Do whatever it takes, man. Hey, we already won. We already got the victory, all right? We just got to let it play out. This devil, he's going to lose. But this is all part of, the this is all part of the Most High's movie, all right? And what this devil think he's going to do, with this puppet, ultimately it's going to bring forth the destruction of America, all right? Because America, your troops are all over the world. You're in 39% of the world's countries. All right, you got embassies and stationed troops all over the world, man. You're overly expanded. All right, so you're running out of money. You're spending too much money. That's why you over 22 trillion in the hole. Okay, And all these other nations, man, they're starting to get tired of your shit. Okay? And Israel's about to get you blown blown off the map along with them. Because that's at the end of the day, those Zionists are these elites. All right, they're behind a lot of this thing, a lot of this stuff that you see happening, man. And that's why the Most High is gonna destroy them too. Okay. But anyway, I'm gonna cut it right there. You know, I went long enough. You know, I hope this was edifying. All right. I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Until next time, I say shalom.